think you guys can all record, maybe? Should be able to.
Interesting. There we go. We're recording.
There we go. All right. So anyways, so we have a nav bar, right? And in there, I see I have a logo. And then I have a nav bar links. And in there, I have 3 links. This is my first thought, like this. Now next, I see, okay, I have an image here. And then I have a title here, a heading here, and then I have a subtitle here. So I would first do this, an image, and then the title, and then this, and there's also a button here, right? And then I will think, maybe I want to group all these together, or maybe I don't. It depends. So right now, I feel like I want to group them together. Because it feels like it's one page. It's the first page when they come to the website. It's the first shit they see. And then when they scroll down to the second page, this is kind of the second page that they see. And then the third page is on the very bottom. This is kind of how I look at it. So if I zoom out, I will have something like this. First page, and then this is very badly drawn. Your second page, and then the third page. This is how I would divide it up. So now onto the second page. Second page, I would be like, okay, it looks like there's 1 box, there's 2 boxes. There's 3 boxes, and there's 4 boxes. And in here, there's a box here, and there's also a box here, right? Now in here, there's an image here, a heading here, and a subheading here. Same thing with here, heading, and subheading. So it seems like they're all the same, right? All the same. I just repeated 4 times. Like this.
There we
go. Hi. And over here, the header. Oh, a P tag, I guess, right here. And another P tag right here. And then it seems like there's a button here that we can click. And then over here, I have maybe a box in there. I have 3 boxes. And there's like a quotation mark over here. And in each box, there's the review. And there is the poster, right? There's the review. And there's the poster. There's the review, and there's the poster. Now here, I have a box here, and I have a header apparently, and another paragraph, and I have a search bar and a button, so I can group them together. And the search bar's right here, and the button's right here. Now, we're already down to the header, right? I mean the footer. In the footer section, I will be looking something like this. Probably a box here. And then probably, I was seeing something like this. Like this, there's a box here that's displaying block maybe. So it pushes everything down. And in there, there's an image. And on the bottom, there's another box maybe. And in there, I have 1 box over here. I have another box over here. I have another box over here, another box over here, and another box over here. That is a general layout. That's when I look at it the first time through. Now, I think in the real world, or when you work, everybody do it differently. You can just, you want to make it, you want to fund your design, basically. This is how you would design a web page. and you just want to find your design and just follow it. And I think it grows. It grows when you, because sometimes like you see this box over here, this one, like I don't think everybody does it. Like sometimes when you're more familiar with the CSS properties and how you use flexbox and margin and paddings, you might not even include this box. You might just say, "Oh, it's easy. I just need these two links. I don't even need this box." So it really depends. So in your HTML file, I know we learned about like semantic HTML tags, right? But there's also, it's not wrong to use divs. You're going to see a lot of divs, and all those divs, they are just there for presentational. What does that mean? That pretty much means on the top, what do you guys think this is in the first of your mind? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this box? What do you guys think this div should represent? Header, okay. So if this is a header, then in here, this box should be, in this case, like logo, right? But maybe right here, let me draw it again. What's right here? So maybe you would think, okay, in this header and this, there's this div. In this div, there's a image. However, it seems like redundant right now because the div is not required, right? Because there's only one thing in it. But if you want the div there, because if it's there, then you can add a lot more properties to the image. If you want to do that, that's also okay. So that's what I mean by if you want to add extra divs, that's okay. It doesn't really matter as long as you still use semantic tags for your main stuff. So let's take that out. So now we have this. Now we can start working on it. This is our general layout. So now I will go here and go to my HTML. And I want everybody to try and code along because I feel like this is way better if everybody can kind of type everything together. And you should have all these files here. These are provided not by me, it's by this website. It's called Front End Mentor. Where is it? Yeah, this website. And the challenge is pull from there too. I just pull it from there so it's easier and we can all do it together and we can all practice. So now, first, let's change the title. Yeah, I don't know what Fylo means. Does anybody know what Fylo means? I have no idea.
What means Fylo?
Yeah, what does Fylo mean?
It's just a fake company name. If you look at the testimonies, it's like Fylo has saved my business. About actually what it means, I have no idea.
Because I heard a lot of people saying Fylo. I don't know. Yeah, does everybody have live server installed? If you don't, click this in your VS Code. And then you can click here. And then just type live server. And it's this one. Click on it. And it should be installed here.
Yes.
Okay, after you install it, it will tell you to reload. If it doesn't, close VS Code and open VS Code again. Because sometimes I feel like it's a caching issue, it bugs out. So when you create a new file in VS Code, the live server will not pop out on the bottom. You have to restart VS Code for it to happen. I don't know why. But I'm too lazy to figure it out. I'm just like, okay, all I need to do is just close it and restart it. I might just do that.
Hey, by the way, Fylo means figure your life out. It's an acronym.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured my life out. I'm going to destroy. Yeah, does everybody have it now? I'll give you like 15 seconds. And after you're done, you should be able to go to your index.html and go live. And this will open a window. And this window will live update whenever you save or made a change in your HTML if you have autosave on. So now once we have this, I'm gonna start with our folder structure. You guys should remember this. So to use less, we need, you see, we need a less folder and the CSS folder, right? And it's not there, so we need to create it. So we have to do make dir that creates folder. That's a command for creating folders. Then kdir and create less folder. Now I can create multiple folders at once, so I can do that by adding a space. That means I'm going to create less folder and CSS folder. Hit enter. Now it's there. Now you can also come here and right click. I guess right here. Right here, yeah, right click, new folder if you want. Or new file, doesn't really matter which way. Any way that works. And over here, now I want to go into my CSS folder. I want to make a file. So I do touch index.css. And now I want to go back out. I do cd ... to go back out one directory. And then I want to cd into my less folder. And in there, I'm going to make index.less. So this is a basic one, right? So CSS and less, like this. So once we're here, this is basically what we have to do every single time, right? And now I will go into my index.html. So when I look at this, I will see, oh, there's a meta viewport tag, so I don't need to include that. However, there's no link to my CSS file, so I have to link that CSS file into my HTML. Otherwise, it doesn't know what to do, right? For the style, so I need to do that. So I would type link, and then I hit tab. It will auto-complete. This is Emmet. It's a built-in shortcut snippet in VS Code. Now it will tell you href. This is asking, so where is the style sheet coming from? I usually just type dot slash. It means the current folder structure right here. And where is our CSS file? It's in the CSS folder. So I hit CSS. And which CSS file? Index.css. You can just click it, or you can just press tab. It auto-completes. Now it's linked. So now I want to go to my index.css just to test. I'm going here. I will do body, background, give it a random background just to make sure it works. I want to save. And then I want to check, is it, oh, a background spec, so it works, so it links. That's also always the first thing I do. Because otherwise, if I don't do this, I might forget it. And later down the line, I'll be like, wait, why is it not working? And then it spends like 2 hours figuring out, oh, I did not include it, that type of thing. So this is to prevent that. So now I know it works, right? So I will take this out, save it. And now this is my base project. So everything like links, meta, the folder structure is finished. And I know this is what I need to do, what I want to do every single time. And I don't want to do this every single time, right? So I will make a commit real quick. So git add and git commit. And I will write add boilerplate. This thing is called a boilerplate or boilerplater, whatever you want to call it. It's basically things that you type every single time. Everything you start with, that's called boilerplate. Make commit message. Now you don't need to push it every single time, but usually I push it. I want to push it to my branch, so it's always git push and give it an origin. So that means which branch, and then it's this branch. So push it there. And now we can start.
Ben, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Did you did you compile the less index less, or did you go directly into the CSS file when you made when you changed the background color?
Yeah, I went in directly into index.css
Okay,
file.
so you haven't turned the compiler on yet, the watch compile. Okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah,
I thought I missed that. Thank
done.
you.
No problem, no problem. Good call, good call. So now this is what I'm going to do. I don't have the Mac thing, so I'm gonna be ghetto. I'm gonna do this. Do this. I'm gonna bring my website here so we can follow it. This is so ghetto.
If you did the git add while you're CD'd into the less file, does it only add the files that are in the less file?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on. You mean here when you're doing git add here?
Yeah, because like you were in the less file, so I was saying, should we go back? Should we CD out and then git add?
I think it should be fine. But yeah, try to CD out. Try to CD out. Should be fine.
Got it.
Total of 4 changes.
I have another question.
Yeah, actually, yeah, the CD out. Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
How did you get your terminal to be color coordinated like that?
Oh, it's Bash. I think you have to do something to do it in Mac. But for Windows, this is just the Git Bash
okay.
default color. Yeah. And I don't know how to do it in Mac. You can. I see people done it, but I don't know how. I'm like, I don't use a Mac, so I don't care.
Okay.
If anybody knows, let us know.
How did you get it in VS Code?
Huh?
Like, how did you get it in VS Code, the terminal?
Oh, you go here. So you can...
Oh, terminal up top? Oh, yeah. Wow,
yeah,
look
so
at that.
Press Control Open this, Control Shift and P. And I can select space default. If you're a Windows user, if you're a Mac user, you can. I don't know what the command to bring this up is. Do you know, Dennis? Maybe command.
What was it? Control Shift P?
Yeah, Command Shift P.
Yeah, the command to bring it up. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Command Shift P for Mac users to bring that up.
Oh, and then you just choose Git Bash, right?
Yeah, over here.
Oh.
Git Bash. And then it won't be reloaded yet, so you just open a new one, and then it should be Bash. So now the terminal.
Cool. That's cool. That means because I always have one open anyway. But now you can just do it in the program. That's pretty cool.
So many windows.
Yeah.
For the person who wanted to know how to change the prompt and add colors and stuff, it's called a PS1, like a PlayStation 1. And if you Google like Mac customized PS1, you'll find like a bunch of things you can copy and paste into a file that'll give you things that look like that.
Thank you.
Guys. Henry, could you, if you find a video or link, could you share that link in the after party channel so people with Mac can use it as well?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. So yeah, okay, so now we can start with our HTML. So on the top, I'm gonna start with the nav bar, right? So I would say nav over here like this. And I always do this, sorry. Let me do this. I will do this, so nav, and then I want to give it a class name. I like to do this. It's the personal choice. You don't need to if you don't want to. It's just the way I like to do things. So nav bar, and in there I have a logo, right? And it's an image, and I also have a div that contains the links, right? So I would say I have an image, and the image is the logo. It's a source. It's going to come from images. And where is it? Something said logo. Logo.svg. There you go. Alt. I'm just gonna have logo. And in there, I have a div. And in there, I have links, right? Now, if I were to do this links 3 times, it's annoying, right? There's a shortcut for that. You can do whatever tag that you want and multiply it by 3. and then hit tab, it will make all 3 links for you.
This is a Emmet thing.
Yeah, this is the Emmet thing.
So make sure if you do that, you do have Emmet as a plugin in
VS
it.
Code has built-in Emmet, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
And href, I always just do this because I don't know where it's going to link to. So first it says features, and then you can just use tab, hit tab, and it will jump to the next line for you to type stuff in, so you don't need to click. This tab, and then team, and sign in, like this. And now I also want to give it a class. So I'll do this. My image, I'll give it a class of logo, but I do this, nav __ logo. Now in here, div, I will give it a class, and it's nav __ links, and a tag. I'm gonna do this. You can hold Alt and click the lines. Now you have multiple cursors, so you can type them all at the same time. Except it just went out.
Ben, is the double underscore in the name, is that just a convention, or is that some sort of
Yeah, this is a
requirement?
He's using BEM convention.
Yeah, it's a convention, yeah.
Like, actually, do you want to go ahead and explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so the convention is called BEM. What it means is block element modifier.
Okay.
Now, what this means is, so this block means what kind of block it is. In this case, a block is about nav bars, right? So it's a nav block. So everything here is about nav.
Okay.
Now, __, the second one is an element. What type of element is it? The image is a logo, and then the div is a link. So ___ the links.
Okay.
Now, modifier maybe like for here, link, maybe link 1, link 2, link 3. This is kind of how they do it. So when you see nav, you'll see, okay, everything belongs to nav when they have a nav thing.
That's nice. I'm always like struggling trying to find meaningful class names, so that's really helpful.
Yeah, this is kind of naming convention I've tried to follow.
Yeah, it's not for everyone though. Like for me, it's not for me. It's like I hate BIM, but a lot of people would like BIM, and it's really useful for less and stuff.
Yeah,
BIM's gonna show that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just for the ampersand type of stuff. But yeah, this is kind of how I do things. And I would like you guys to try and start using BIM. I feel like BIM is hard if you're like trying to study. It's easy if you just do it, and then you're going to create your own naming system, and then you're going to get a flow, and you create kind of quote unquote create your own BIM type of thing. And so over here, this is my nav bar. Anyways, now I'm going to see. Okay, I guess my nav bar is kind of complete, I guess. So now I'm going to the main section, right? Main section. I would say I want to put my headers in here and here, right? So I would say, okay, so now I have my header section. And I always like to do this. Class is header. And in here, I have a box, a div. So I don't really need to do that, but I can. So just, and now I want to give it a class container, but I don't want to do this all the time, right? Come back, type class, type container. There's a shortcut for that. If you want to give anything a class, you can just type the class name with dot container, hit tab.
Oh.
If you don't specify the tag name in front of it, it will just create a div with that class name. If you do, for instance, a tag dot container, you will create a tag with a class container. So that's a very useful Emmet thing.
You know how I know in Atom, because I just opened Visual Code for this. In Atom, you can hold Control and then use the arrow keys to like move tags up and down. Is there a shortcut like that?
Yeah, you hold the Alt key and then
Alt key.
This is the magic. It's so useful.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Awesome. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No problem.
By the way, I'll post a little cheat sheet for like shortcuts. So VS Code shortcuts you could do.
Yeah. So like all these cheat sheets, like use them because like you don't need to remember any of them. What you do is you're going to be like, wait, how do you do that again? You're gonna look at the cheat sheet and then you're gonna do it and then you're gonna remember it. Don't try to memorize them all at once. It doesn't help. You're going to memorize it when you're using it. Oh, temper monkey again. All right, so like this. And in this container, I have an image. Oh, I forgot. I have an image with a class name of header image. And where is it coming from? It's coming from images. I think it's illustration intro over here, alt header image, like this. And then I have an h1 with the class name of header heading text, I guess, heading text. I think heading better. Heading main, how about heading main? Heading main is better. And in there, I have this, all your files in one secure location, accessible anywhere. So I'm just gonna copy this and then put them in there. And now I have a subheading. I'm gonna do an H2. And in there, oh, sorry, H2 the header heading sub. In there, I'm gonna do these, yeah. Oops. Like this. So now it seems like we only need the button. So now I would put the button in the div, right? So create a button dot header button. There, get started. And that's it so far. So now I'm going to comment out all these. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going to do this. Oh, actually, I'll just do one by one. Comment all these out so I don't see them in the background. Like this. Okay, there we go. And also, does everybody have Prettier? If you haven't, also go install it. It's right here. Besides live servers, go Prettier. That's probably right. Yeah, right here, this one. You can also use Prettier now. Some people use Prettier now. For this one, hey, I like that word. For this one, basically, it's the same thing. But for this one, you can choose when to use Prettier, when not to. For this one, it's just using it all the time when you save, that's all. For this, you can choose not to. But I use this one because, yeah, why not? So what it is it's going to format your code and make it look prettier. Okay, so now we're basically done with the front page, right? And what I do is, it depends, it's personal choice. I don't like to do everything at once in HTML. I like to do a part of HTML and do the CSS part and then go back to the other part and then go back to the other part of CSS. It depends. Depends on how you want to work. Okay, so over here, I will do a git add, commit, I would say add nav bar HTML. I mean, not nav bar, sorry, add intro HTML. Let me push it real quick. And how I'm bringing my terminal up is Control and tilde key, like this. Mac might be command and tilde. I'm not sure. Help, Dennis. Do you know? Or
oh, it's Control tilde.
Control tilde.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. So now we're here. And I'm going to work on the CSS, right? So I'm using less. So I'm going to start working on my less structure. So now I'll go into less, cd into less folder. I'm going to create, okay, I know what do I need? I need variables, right? So variables.less. And then I also need mixings. I'm mixing.less. And I also need reset.less. And what else do I need? I probably need a general. So I'm just going to call it general.less. And what else? I want intro.less. And I also have the second page, right? The second page, I'm just gonna call it a feature page. So feature.less. And the third page, I'm just gonna call it, what do you guys think the third page should be called?
Yeah, button.
Third page.less. I don't know. We can change it later anyways. We might need more, we might need less. I don't know. That's just a general thing. Like for this, we might not even use it. So now in my index.less, I need to import the other files into index.less, right? Because ultimately what's in index.less is going to be compiled into index.css. So what do I want first? I want my variable first, right? So variables, and then I want my mixins, and I want my reset, and then I want my, oh, I wanted one more. I'll just create file here. I want to typography.less. Almost forgot about that. So in typography.less, it will hold all my typographies. So it's easier. I don't need to find the color and those again. So in here, typography.less. And it's going to come after the reset.
You don't need to type less on that? It just, or dot less, you just automatically imports it?
Yeah, it's automatically implied.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, cool.
It should be, I'm not sure. You can, with dot less, it also works, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was implied on Atom.
Oh, okay. I think it's a good practice to keep it though, so you know what it is. Because I think right now I'm just using the built-in thing, but I think it's better to have less. Otherwise, people are going to be like, wait, why is it not working? And then they figure out, oh, you need a dot less for this. So typography, and then I would say I want my general.less. And then I want my feature.less. And then I want my third page.less. The general layout of, this is the way that CSS is going to cascade. And now, since I'm working on the nav bar, right, I'm actually going to make a nav bar.less. So this is my nav bar. So where do I want my nav bar be? I want my nav bar to be under my generals. So import nav bar.less here, and then import this main thing, intro. I'm gonna call it header. So header.less.
So I'm a little behind, but like, what is the .less file?
What do you mean? Like, what is .less file?
Yeah, what is it?
A .less file is just a file that says it's using less. That's all.
What is less?
Less is a compiler. It's a preprocessor compiler.
Yeah, it allows us to write the syntax differently, CSS syntax differently with nesting and variables and mixins and stuff. And it gets compiled into CSS.
So what that means is, like how before we were writing our CSS in this file, index.css. Now with using less, we get some superpowers, but in order to do those, we have to write our CSS in the file called index.less. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give us the power to write CSS with JavaScript-like syntax, where we can nest things and write like functions, mixins, and variables. To do that, we have to do this. And then this thing called a preprocessor, it will translate this code into index.css code. That's all it's doing, if that makes sense. Did it make sense, Amir?
I mean, so basically, you're just doing your shortcuts for CSS.
Essentially, it's a different way of writing CSS.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a shortcut. It's a different way of writing CSS.
But why would you want to write CSS differently?
Because it gives up some extra features that we can use. So before, if we just run CSS, it's all in one file, and there's going to be like 3,000, 4,000 lines, and it's going to be really hard to read, hard to understand, and hard to debug. It's going to be a lot easier using less, because we are going to be able to use nesting and variables, and the code will be shorter.
Yeah, and if you notice, also he's making all these different files to make it easier to break it down into different pieces of code, so it's not working in one huge file like you would in CSS.
Yeah. Does it make sense?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. This a lot of things. It's hard to it's confusing. Yeah, so I'm gonna.
I think I'm sorry, and I think you have a typo in import file. Import general less. You're missing a dot or just.
Oh yeah, I do. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good eye.
General less.
General less. All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna make a commit right now, and I'm gonna say add less base structure. Like this. And now I'm going to start. So first, I have this thing called typography, right? And if you guys go down, there's a style guide. Drag it over here, and I don't need this now for now. Style guide. It has the layout, the colors, the neutral, the typography. Now I want to look at the colors first. So color will be a variable. So I just drag it over. Find my variables. I look my primary colors accent. So I would do colors, and then add intro and email sign up background. I would do primary, dark blue. There's 4 of them, so 1. And then I'm just gonna copy this, put it right here. Then I have primary dark blue 2. And it's this. Primary dark blue 3. There's this. Primary dark blue 4. Is this. Now accents. And cyan. Inside call to, I'm just gonna call it cyan. It's gonna be this. And blue is this blue. Neutral, white, it should sell. Neutral color. This white is this. Okay, I think that's good for now. Now, once you guys are done with this, or once I'm done with this, hold on, let me save. I'm gonna go to my typography. So I'm gonna look at body height font size 14 pixels. I think that's a little bit small, to be honest. So I'm just gonna do this font. I'm gonna do H1. All my headers, I want them to have a font size of 1.6 rem. And all my H2 subheadings, I want them to have a font size of, actually, no, H1, I want them to maybe 4 rem for now. H2, maybe 2 rem. And all my P tags, I want them to have a font size of 1.6 rem. And let's see, font family. So my H1, I'm going to Open Sans Railway. Headings, call to action, header, navigation. Okay. So H1s is going to have a font family of Railway. H2. So let me finish H1. Font weight 700. H2 font family also Railway. Font weight 400, I think. My P tags, font family, Open Sans.
Do you guys know the difference between EM and REM?
Okay.
RAM and M?
Yeah, EM versus REM.
Yeah. So RAM is it's just like M, but it does it off of the root HTML tag. So the M adjusts the size according to the parent's value, and the RAM adjusts to the parent HTML. Ben, you want to explain? If you want to expand on that.
Yeah. I mean, are you on last week's?
Yeah, I'm in the Flex group. I'm in the Flex group for web18.
Okay, so you're on the last sprint, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't learned about preprocessors yet, right?
Nope.
Okay, so but basically, M and REM, they're responsive units. REM units, you can treat them right now. Whenever you see I use REM and M, you can just change them to pixels and the number, multiply the number by 10. But REM is basically so let me explain it real quick. So hold on, where is my general.less? Let's do this together then. Our general.less is our general style. I'm going to do HTML. Font size 62.5%. And I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to move this up. There you go. Okay, so what it is every browser has their built-in font size, Amir. And then to make it so every browser is the same, it's easier if we can, if there's something that we can say to, okay, every browser, you're going to have the same font size, right? Now, very surprisingly, they all agree to be 16 pixels. Every browser is to be 16 pixels as their base font size. However, when you go to your browser, sometimes this is too small, right? If I want to make it bigger so I can see, I can zoom in and zoom out, right? Now, if my fonts, they're set to pixels, the font size won't change. If the font size is changed to RAM, the font size will change according to how big, how zoomed in I am, or how zoomed out I am. If that makes sense.
Got it.
Yeah. And that's what rem is doing. Rem is responsive to the root font size, which is the browser font size. And M is the responsive unit that is responsive to the container font size. But don't worry about it for now. For now, I would just say think about pixels and rem if you can. So anyways, here, general.less, I'm going to do this HTML font size 62.5% and box sizing border box. And over here in my universal selector, I would do box sizing. Oh, not that. Box sizing inherit like this. Is my main one. And now I go to my typography. In here, my H1s. Let me look at the style guide. What color does my H1 is my H1 going to be? Probably this. So H1s, I'm going to say color is this white. And H2 color is, it doesn't say anything, but I'm gonna give it this for now, 66. So gray color. My P tag, same thing. 66 for now. And when I do it this way, when I am working on navbar or my components later, on my page later, I don't need to figure out, okay, what does my text want to be color? It's all here. I just need to change them in one place. And if there's some certain places that want to change them, I can change them there. But this is my general typography, basically. Now, some people may ask, why don't I include this in general.less? You can, doesn't matter. It's the way you work. Yeah. So now, finally, I can start. Like this. I'm gonna close this.
Can I ask in that universal selector box size inherit? From what is it inheriting?
It's inheriting from HTML.
From the HTML tag, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No, no problem. Yeah, the universal selector is more specific than the HTML tag. So what it is you're setting the HTML tag to be one style, and then you're saying for every text, you're going to inherit whatever the parent container style is. In this case,
Thank you.
Did you put something in that in the universal selector? Oh, I just stepped away for like 10 seconds.
Universal selector? Yeah.
On general?
Box sizing border box.
All right, cool. Box size inherit?
Box sizing inherit, sorry. Box sizing inherit, yeah.
All right, cool.
Because
box
I have my
sizing inherit. Cool, thanks.
Yeah, so like this is just the way that it's recommended to do it now. Like it's not, you don't need to do it. Like we learned to just keep box sizing border box in universal, right? So it doesn't really matter. Like it's just the way that it's recommended to do it now because of specificity issues. So now finally we can start working on navbar. But how about let's take some break? Take a 5-minute break. I'm gonna go get some drink.
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break.
See you in my 5 minutes. Let me make sense, maybe third page. I will do this. There you go. So you guys can kind of follow up if you didn't see it. Oh, wait. There you go. 3 files. All right, let me get some water. BRB. I forgot my cup.
Oh man, forgetting this cup.
Hey, so I'm only able to keep up with typing this in. Like, I'd rather just watch what he's doing because I think when I'm trying to like keep up with the typing, I'm missing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna watch. Will he be posting this to GitHub so that I could look at it later?
Yeah, we are recording this right now, and we can put this
excellent.
up on YouTube or something.
Perfect. Yeah, I was stressing about it because I really want to keep up, but I also want to see what the hell he's doing. So
Right. Yeah, it's all right if you're not able to follow along.
Yeah, I mean, just learning how to do the, the naming the classes, whatever that was the
BAM.
BAM. Yeah, that was mind blowing. I want to look at that for a day or so.
Yeah, I remember when I was trying to learn that, I was like, oh, it's interesting, right? But then my mind is not clever enough to follow this convention of the naming, the way of naming. And I was like, this is not for me. I'm not doing this. But
I come from a very structured naming convention kind of mentality because I started doing programming like a long time ago. So that comforts me because for me to come up with like clever names, and I always regret the name I picked like 3 days later because this just takes a whole level of stress off for me, like not to have to like think about naming and finding names that everybody will agree with. So.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's funny how some people find stuff more stressful and then some people find it comforting or, makes things easier. So I kind of like that to not have to worry about, what am I going to name this every single time?
Yeah, then you're going to love BIM. I know like a lot of people like who use it really like love it. And it's really useful when it comes to using like with less.
Yeah.
But like the names, like when you're writing the names, it looks like they could be like really, they could come out really long. And like some people are like, why do this? It doesn't make much sense because like the names, it just.
They're not for people. Less too. It's like turning it more into a language. And like when you're dealing with, I used to work with Drupal a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Drupal generated its own CSS all the time. So.
Yeah.
When you're doing some sort of a back end thing, you're going to be generating CSS, and this is probably what's going to come out. So it's good to kind of understand it, just so that okay, when you're trying to look at it as a human, you go, okay, that's at least I know why it's doing it. I don't like it, but I kind of know why it looks like that. That kind of helps a little bit.
Yeah. When he shows it later with the last, you'll see like, especially it works really good with nesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I CSS has always been kind of not my favorite thing, and just learning less and being able to put it in more of a programming framework just has made it more palatable and more enjoyable to me than it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Ben, do you mind if I ask real quick, where did you get the H1 and H2 values? I know that for rem equals 40 px because we set it to base 10. But I don't see the header, like what it should be in the style guide. Did you just decide it yourself, or
I just made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, everything is.
Right. Just making sure.
Yeah, not everything is in there.
Something there.
Yeah. So what happens is that like in this one, they want you to eye it. They provide you with some base style guide, but for the most part, they still want you to eye it. In the real world, they probably will give you, like, if they give you a design file, you're gonna be able to use the eyedropper to find out the color. For the font size, they're probably gonna tell you. That'll be easier. But sometimes, like let's say when you work freelance, they just give you a rough sketch if they even give you one. And if you forget to ask them for their, for their sizes and stuff, you have to eye yourself. That's kind of why.
Okay.
That's kind of why they do this.
Yeah, it doesn't give all. Like I've noticed also in like that color, the for the link and the which one part in one of them, it's like a greenish color, and it's not in the style guide. And we're gonna have to hunt that one down as well.
Yeah. We'll be using a lot of some other stuff. Is everybody back?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So now, next thing I want to do is Google Fonts, because we just said that we our typography, we want to use Railway and Open Sans, right? So these are Google fonts apparently, and we don't have them on computer. So how do we use those? Right now we just said we want to use them, but we need to get them somehow before we can use them. And to use them, we have to go to Google Fonts. Just type right here. Oh, there you go. Google Fonts, first one. And then you click this, search. What do you want? You want Railway. You find it, Railway. You click it, select this font, or you can do it right here, the plus sign. Select this font, font selected, something will pop up. You click this, and then you click customize. You say Railway, and these are the font weights. If it's 100 thing, it's gonna look like this. 400 looks like this. And what does it want? It wants 400, 700, right? 400 and 700 font weight. So I'm going to check 400 and then 700 right here. It's not italic, so I'm just gonna check this. Now after this, we have another font, Open Sans. So I'm going to go here and type Open Sans, and it's this one. Click this font. I said 2 family selected. Oh, if my voice is breaking up, let me know because I don't know. Can you hear myself?
Yeah, you sound good, Ben.
Okay, good. And Open Sans, same thing, 400 and 700. So like this, click those. And now, I think you go embed.
And you want to pay attention, like if you notice this load time moderate, if you start adding more stuff to it, it would start to slow down retrieving this information from the server. So you need to be careful, like the things that you deselect.
Yeah. So you don't want to select too many fonts. So over here, you copy this link. And then you go to your HTML file. And then you post it before your CSS styles. Like this. So now the program or the document's gonna read, oh, first it has a viewport meta, and then it's going to get the links from Google, is what this line is saying. After that, it's gonna get the style sheet from your end, and your style sheet is going to use the Google fonts from here.
Kind of odd question, but so say like you develop a website and it becomes a really big website, lots of daily visitors, lots of daily traffic, and you're using several different type of fonts. At that point, would it be better to have the fonts hosted on your own server to minimize like load time?
Yeah, definitely. But usually I think for those ones, because if it's your server, you're still making a call, right? You're still making a call, and I think Google has better servers. So usually I would just use the built-in fonts instead of Google fonts. I would use Google fonts, just not too many of them. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Like, because like even though when it says like moderate, right? Like, what does it even mean? I don't know. Like, for font, I think this may be the difference between 0.5 second to 1 second. Like, who cares? I'm like, yeah, it's moderate, I guess, but what does moderate mean? Like, is it 1 second load time, 0.3 second load time? Like, what does that mean? But yeah, you don't want to use too many fonts, though, that's for sure. You don't want to have like 7 fonts, different fonts, just so you can use them. Yeah. But yeah, now, so this is a base thing. So now we can finally start. Let me do this. Where's our, I'm going to start with navbar. So we're going to start with navbar. So now I look at this. I'm going to close my header. This is how I like to do things. So it's more clear for me to see it. So now I'm going to say .nav like this. And in there, I have a nav logo and nav links, right? So I can do this .nav logo, right? Because it's in there. However, we learned last week that we can use an ampersand. So I can do ampersand logo. So ampersand replaces whatever that's in front, which is this.
And this is where the BIM becomes really useful at.
Yeah, this is where BIM comes really useful. Because now when I look at it, I can say, oh, I have a net, and in there I have a logo, and I have a blah, blah, blah. And now I
so
have...
the ampersand will take everything inside of the nav, right? Or
no, so oh, okay, there's my echo. But yeah, I don't see them. Okay, I think she is. But yeah, it's okay. So ampersand basically means it's going to copy whatever you have here in here. So this is the same thing as saying .nav links. But I'm too lazy to keep on typing this over and over again. So I can just use this. Does that make sense?
Is this specific to BIM?
Nice. No, it's not specific to BIM. It's this is less assessing, a preprocessor thing. When you nest stuff, you can do this. However, if you don't use BIM, this is going to let's say if I have like this is just called logo, right? But now when I have this, I guess I have to name it like this, start logo, but if ampersand logo, but if I do this, this means this class is called .nav logo, but there's nothing called .nav logo over here. So this wouldn't work. And instead of that, you'll have to do this in the .logo, which also works. It just depends on how you want to do things. Yeah, for me, I like this way. I like to use this because I think this is more clear to me. But it takes practice and thing. So over here, I would do this instead. Does that make sense, kind of? Okay, good.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So over here, I have logo and links, right? And now I also have link, right? I can do this. Oh, the link. I want to do this like that. So I always type all the selectors out. So the thing about the BIM naming convention is it's giving every single element a class name, every single one. So now when I'm writing my CSS, I can just choose the class name to manipulate it, to modify it. So I don't need to use like nav, logo plus, not lost child type of selector, like I don't understand this. I think this is way easier, if that makes sense. But we do use this sometimes, right? Yeah. The way we use this is because if everything has a class name, the specificity is really low. So if we want to override it, it's easier. Right, so now I know in my navbar I have this. Okay, now I can start styling it. So navbar, let me do this. Oh, let me save everything. Do this. There we go. My ghetto Alfred. Okay, so our navbar like this, right? So my navbar probably wanted to have a width of 100% and display in flex. And well, since I know I'm going to use flex a lot, I'm going to write a mixin for that. Flex like this. And now I'm going to have a display flex. I'm going to have justify content, and this is going to be a variable. I'm just going to call it justify and align items. Align and flex direction. Direction here, and over here, I'm going to take direction first. I'll move this top. here. So I guess that makes more sense. Direction, and then justify, and then align. Like this. And while I'm here, I'm also going to do this. Border. It's going to give me a border 1 pixel solid white. Because I know I'm going to be using border to check my boxes like every 5 minutes. So that's why I like to do this as well. So now after that, go here. So instead of this, I will just do dot flex, and then direction is row, and then justify content space between, and then align item center. Like this. And let's look at this. Oh, okay, it's this. So it's there, but you can really see it because it's in white. It's white, the logo is white, like this. And now I'm going to give it a background. And the background is this color, right? So that color is, I look at my variables, is primary dark blue 1. So I'm going to my general. I'm going to try this. Background, primary dark 1. Is that what it's called? I guess not. What is it called? Oh, I haven't here. I forgot to run my watch compiler. That's CSS index.less.
Does not exist.
Yeah, I mean less folder. There you go. All right, apparently there's something wrong. Import mixins.less. So index.less. I call it mixin, but right here I call it mixin. So I gotta do this. General.less, primary dark 1. So apparently it doesn't exist. Oh, dark blue 1. Okay. So dark blue 1. There you go. Is everyone still kind of following along? Good. So what I did is I forgot to do the less watch compiler thing. So I just did a command. This less watch compiler. Is this less watch compiler from less folder and CSS folder, and it's going to watch index.less, this file. This file. Let me copy this. This, just in case. All right. If you need me to slow down, just let me know, okay, guys? Now, what I can't? Okay, I'll just close you. All right. So now I have my background, so it's easier to work with. Now I'm gonna close this, close this, close this. So I only have my nav bar. Okay. So now what do I want? Oh, seems pretty okay. Seems pretty good. All right, seems really good. But if I do this, it's going to extend to the left and right because it's 100%, right? So now what do I want it to be? I want it to kind of look like this, right? So this is probably in the center, and there's gonna be margins on the left and right. So apparently there's a bigger div, a container that's containing them. So I'm going to go check on my HTML. Is there a div that contains them? Oh, I guess body. So right here, I'm actually going to make another div called the container. And it's going to contain, there you go, on my file. And this container, I'm going to my general.less. It's a container, so the container, I'm going to give it a width, maybe 80%, going to give, let's do this first. Now look at this. Now I can't see it, so I'll give it a border. Now we can see it. Oh, that's the border like this. Oh, and there's another class called container, so I'm gonna rename that later. Container, maybe body for now. Bad naming, but we'll do it later. We'll fix it later.
What do we have in the border? Can you show what do you have in border? In
border?
Yeah. Mix and border.
Oh, mix and border. Right here.
Yeah.
Border 1 pixel solid white. Yeah, because when I'm doing layouts, I've always want to know, you know, I find it a lot of times I cannot see where my stuff is and want to see where it is, so I just give it a border or a background. That's all I do. And since I use it all the time, I don't want to repeat this line over and over again, so I just do this. But at the end of the day, I will take this away. This is just for me for development. Yeah. And so where was I? General.ls. Okay. So apparently we slapped a border, but you cannot see it. So there's something going on.
What was the container named?
Yeah, you're missing an R.
I'm missing an R.
It says, so container body. You had it as contain with an E and then a body.
Oh,
on the other thing.
Oh, good call. Good eye. There you go.
So is that
nice. So now it's here, right? But I want it to be centered. So I'm just gonna do margin 0 auto to keep it centered like that. Now you can also use Flexbox to keep it centered. But why would you do that when you can just do this, if that makes sense? Oh! Hold on, guys.
You dropped your water?
Yes, I dropped my water. Accidents. That needs to take over. Let me get some napkins.
I'm going to take over your screen. All right. Looks like Ben is at a convention right now.
So the container body goes over everything, including nav, right?
Yeah, it's going to contain everything inside of there.
And would it contain, you could say that it would contain the entire website, right?
Yeah, basically.
All right, cool.
I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, the container basically allows you to manipulate, like you don't have to use the body tag to manipulate this page, because that's kind of bad practices if you're gonna, that's why we use a container.
So you'd use the container, but you still keep the body tag. You just don't touch it?
Basically.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Hey, good. All right. So now, since I'm good with this, I'm going to take this border out because I know it's centered now. Oh, apparently it's not. Oh, it is actually. It's right here. So now the net bar is centered, right? But now this is too small. So I'm going to, in here, net bar, those are the links. And I'm going to give it a color of white. You can see it for now. And now I'm going to give a font size. I'll give it, well, already, what do we call it? We call it, oh, we don't have a font size here. Okay, I'm gonna write a font size here as well. So font size. So I'm going to say maybe header, and it's going to be 3, what do we say it to? Font size 4rem, okay. 4rem, and then subheader. Header is 2rem, right? Yeah, 2rem. 2rem, paragraph is 1.6 rem. Okay. Now, if you're not catching up with the variables, it's okay. You don't need to use them, really. You can just use them right here. So font size, you can just type, 1.6 rem, like that. Yeah, doesn't really matter. But for now, I will do paragraph. Actually, subheader. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's better.
Do you have something that allows you to not type the hyphen?
The what?
The hyphen between sub and header?
Uh-huh.
Is there nothing there? You just have a space?
Right here?
Yeah.
There's a hyphen. There's a hyphen.
Oh, it's just very. Oh, sorry. It's very hard to see on the screen share.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
a
no,
resolution
no
thing.
problem.
So right here, I think that's pretty much it. But now I want, I probably want there to be a margin between them, right? So I go here, link, every link. I want a margin right, maybe 3 rem. Does that look better now? Yeah, I think that looks better now. Maybe increase it, 4 rem. There you go. Now, and font family, I'm going to do, what was it? Where is typography? Okay. Open sans. Okay, font family. It's not there, so I'm just gonna say open sans. There you go. Now I think that looks much better. But now there's a problem. We mouse over here. This is our nav bar. There is no margin on the left, but there is margin on the right on this one because we step a margin right to every single one of them. Now I don't want that, so I can say, I can go into my index.html file. I can give this another name. So like navlink, and give it a different class name. You guys remember the first sprint last week? There's a boxes, 10 boxes type of thing. Same idea. Navlink 3, like that. And here I can do navlink 2. And here navlink 1, just in case if I need to style them. But I don't think I need to do that. So to do this, I can use a class name like this, navbar. And now in here, I can just say, it's under link, right? So I can do here, come in here, do this, and then 3, then do margin right 0. Something like that. Now it should be gone. Oh, it's still there? Okay, so there's something wrong. Let's see, oh, this is not being applied because I spelled it wrong. American. There you go. So like this. So now it's good. So now if I want, it seems like there's a little bit margin here to the left and here to the right. So I'm going to put that margin not on the navs, but on here, and the whole nav, not the single link, but the whole nav div, if that makes sense. So the links, I'm going to give it a margin right, maybe 1 rem. And the logo, I will give it margin left and 1 rem. Yeah, kind of like that. So now, like this. Oh, sorry, let me give it a different padding. It's a padding. This, nope. Let's see, inspect it. It's not getting it. So margin left 1 rem. Let's see. Class. Oh, because it's called logo. No wonder. Okay. class. It's called nav logo. There we go. So now I can go in here and change this. Just to make sure. There we go. There we go. Yeah, now it's there. Good. Like this. All right. So what you guys just saw is me. Like in my mind, I know this will work. If I apply a margin right left, it should work, right? But then when I go in here, when I check it, oh, it didn't work. So I'm like, what's going on? So then I find the element. This is all what I do all the time. I find the element. I go in here. Is checking, is the style even applied? It wasn't applied. And I've tried to figure out why. And then I go back to index.html and I realize, oh, the logo name is wrong.
How did you get your... So I see you did the navlink 3 for the one you wanted to have 0 right margin. I did the same exact thing, the and -- 3, but mine is not disappearing. And I don't have any errors with compiling or anything. It's just when I refresh, it shows up.
What do you mean not disappearing?
Like the right margin for the sign-in link.
It's not appearing, you mean?
It's like I'm trying to get it to go away, but it still stays there when I change it to 0 for margin right.
You mean here?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it inside here? Inside this block?
I have the and link. And then I have the and -- 3. And I have it set up the same way, nav _ link -- 3 as the second class. But it's not going away.
So the first thing I would do is open your Chrome browser inspector tools. And this is link 3, right? So mouse over link 3. And click it. And see what it says here. Does it even say margin right? If it doesn't, that means it's not being applied.
Yeah, I see when I hold it over it, I see the brown box for the margin next to sign in.
The brown box.
Margin right for rem for nav link.
Yeah. What do you mean for nav link?
For nav _ link.
Can you share the screen real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't. All right, let's see. So here is my screen, and I have the code right here. So I have it all set up the same way. The navlink 3 nav _ link, and it's all set up right there like that. And I don't have any errors compiling, but I go to the thing and see how the margin's still there, and even like refreshing it after it's been saved.
Okay, so what happens is you have nav link here, you have margin here, but you don't have the margin right 0 being applied.
Huh. Right? And is it somehow ignoring the and?
So now, like what? Scroll up right here. Scroll up right here. So right now you see the most recent style that's applied is this nav link. So that means your navlink -- 3 is not being applied. So now you go check back to your code CSS to find out why it's not being applied.
So I have here and -- link, and that applies.
Okay, so this applies. Okay,
and that's it's set there, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you didn't save it. You didn't save your HTML file, so you just update this, but it's not in HTML file.
Oh, it's not saved. How do you know?
Whenever you see a dot here or whenever you see a number here, that means it's not saved.
Oh, so when you hit save, it doesn't save everything. It only saves the current tab you're on.
Yeah, you can save everything by there's a save all. I think it's Control-AS by default. I changed it to Control-3, but
Control-KS. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because that's sorry for wasting your time.
No problem. That happens all the time. I'm like, wait, why isn't it working? And now, okay. A lot of this is just trial and error. To be honest, you're like, oh, okay, I spent 2 hours on that just to learn that I didn't save something, and then next time you won't forget. You're like, somebody has some problem. Like, did you save? Did you save?
Yeah, I'm just used to using Atom, and Atom saves everything right when you press save. That's pretty wild. All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so am I sharing my screen again?
Yeah.
Like, am I sharing the right screen? Because I don't.
Yeah, you're sharing your screen. It was the right screen.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good. All right, so let's keep going. So let's see. So now I think our nav bar is pretty much finished for now, right? Except there's an underline, so we need to underline out. So now underline is for every single link. Every single link, their class name is link. So I go here, I go text decoration, none. Take it out. And now maybe we want the right color. So because it is gray color, right? I think it's 66, but I use my, oh, not this. Get away, perfect pixel. I hate you. There you go. So I click my color eyedropper, my color picker. And then I go here, I find it, click it. You can use any tool you like, by the way. And over here, apparently it's dark slate gray. Is that even it? It doesn't feel like it. Hold on, let me try it again. Doesn't feel like it's the right color. It's this color. Dark gray, yeah. So it's this. So I copy this. And then reset. There you go. Yeah, go back to my variables. I would change the paragraph to typography. Paragraph to this color. And I actually want my A tag to be that color too. So I'll just make a variable. Neutral, where's my font? I don't have a font here, I'll do it here. Font color at ink links. And it's going to be this. So now, where is right here? So now I can give it a color. Instead of white, I'm going to do links color. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry if I'm jumping files a lot, because that's just kind of how I work, how I think. Because it's hard to have everything laid out unless I have everything designed out from the beginning. Because I think the ideal way is not to do what I'm doing right here. The ideal way is when you're drawing boxes, you're already thinking like, okay, so I'm going to have my design files that has all the all the colors and everything over here is all set out, and then you'll be like, okay, what? Where's the thing? This is really like this. There you go. There you go. And you're gonna also be like in your mind, okay, I want this to display in flex, and this with 100%, and this is going to be 50%. This is going to have a margin of 20 pixels left and right, top and bottom type of thing. After you write that out, it's like solving a code challenge. After you write the step out, all you do in CSS, you just translate in CSS, that's all, right? I think that'll be the faster way. But this is how it works for now, because I don't have time to prepare everything, because I feel like if I do that, we won't be able to actually code, and that doesn't make sense. But yeah, but the more you do this, you can the faster you can just code it on the fly. You can just look at it and be, oh, okay, I can do this. I don't need to draw boxes anymore. But yeah, so now we're here. We're kind of done with this. Now let's do with the center thing. So now we're done with nav, right? So that's save nav. I close it. And now next one, we're gonna work on header. Okay, so header. Now let's look at what header is. Let's close this. My header has a container, and in there I have an image, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try it. Header, container. Wait a minute. Oh, I should do this. Header container, there you go. This way I don't need the container. So header container. Now this, so I will do this dot header. In here, I have container, and then I also have header image heading main, heading sub, and header bottom. Okay. So it's going to be header image, heading main, heading sub, and button. Okay, there we go. Seems right. Yeah, there you go. And now here in my header, I will give it a border, slap a border on it. So now, so I know where it is. So now, is it centered? Yeah, it's centered. Okay, good. So now in this image looks too big, right? It seems like in the center. So it seems like if there's a 4-column layout, then this would be taking a roughly 50%. So I'm just gonna give the image a width. Actually, no, I'll give the container, hold on, let me see. The container, yeah. So I'll give the container a width of 50%. Okay, let me give it a border. Let's see what it is. Okay, it's right here. An image with 100%. Height auto. This, and I am going to make this thing in the center. So I feel like this is not needed. This container is not needed. So I will probably just move it on the top. Oh, actually, no, I'll just do this. Give it a margin 0 auto to center that. It's been pushed by the image. Let's make it smaller. And object fits contain, I think. Nope. All right, let's see what's going on. Is it selecting the right thing? Image, header image. Oh, okay. IMG. There we go. There we go. And 100%. There we go. Now it's container. Okay. Border, margin 0 auto. Sorry. The container should have margin 0 auto. There you go. So like this. And then I'm going to just play with the numbers basically. I have this header main. I'm going to make everything centered. Text align centered. So everything centered like this. Okay. And now my heading main. Let's look at what it is. 2 lines. I think that's because, yeah, there you go. 2 lines and then do this. So it seems like there's some line height. So I will add the line height to make it easier to read. And it seems like there is some top and bottom margin already, which is good. Otherwise, we're gonna add some top and bottom margins. Oh, sorry. So I go in here. Main doesn't seem like I'm doing anything, so I'm just skip it for now. Header sub, I want to change the font color. So to the links color. It's easier to read. Good. And now I also want to add a line height. Go. So line height, maybe give it a 1.6. So it's easier to read. Yeah, that's easier to read, right? And now, let me see. It seems like my button is too close to the top and the bottom. So I'm going to add some margin to the bottom. So the button, I will do margin. Top and bottom, I want to give it maybe 4 rem, left and right 0. Maybe like that. That seems kind of okay, I think. This seems kind of okay. So I'm going to go here Now it seems like the button on the bottom has less margin than the top. So I'm going to maybe add margin bottom, maybe 1 rem. Oh, sorry, 5 rem. Yeah, it looks better. So now the button, it looks like this, right? It's bigger, the style is different. So I'm going to change the style. So on the button, I will first take out the border. So border, none. And then I will give it a padding to make it bigger. Maybe padding top and bottom 2 rem, left and right 5 rem for now. Just testing, just random number. Oh, okay, it's not working. So let's see. Am I selecting the right thing? Margin, button, padding, 2 rem, 5 rem. It's not doing, let's do it here. Padding 2 rem. Yeah, it should work. So did I spell it wrong? Padding 2 rem. Okay, 5 rem. I don't know what happened. Apparently.
Do you know, sometimes, yeah, you remember we talked about I was having an issue last night about like when I was saving and when it changed, it might be like a caching issue. Like
yeah,
might, yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes, guys, if you know something's gonna work and then it doesn't, I refresh. So like this, it seems like it's too big, so too fat. So I'm gonna do this 1 rem, maybe 1.5 rem. Yeah, so maybe make it 6 rem. Like this, good. And now border has no border, but there's still a background. So I'm going to do background, and you can actually do a transparent, so you don't see the background. However, in here, I'm gonna do something different. I'm going to, before this, I'm actually gonna do this. You see the border is rounded, right? So I'm gonna give it a border radius. Border radius, I'm gonna 50 pixels. Like this, we'll do this. Now it's the right shape. Now I'm going to check the background color. Background, we can give a color. If we look at our variables, we have this is a background color, cyan and blue. So if I just give it a cyan, it's gonna do, if I can find it, where is my header? Right here. Cyan, it's gonna look like this. But if you look at the design file, it looks like there's a gradient, right, from left to right. And that's what it actually is. It's a gradient from cyan to blue. And how do we do that? We do it by using this property. It's a background. What you do is you type linear gradient. There's a property. And then to specify linear gradient, and you have to give it direction or a degree. The easiest is direction. For us, it's easy. It's just from left to right, right? So we just say to right. And then from which color to which color? From cyan to blue? Is that blue? I don't know. Let's test it. Yeah, from cyan, blue. There you go. So like that. That's it.
Fancy.
Yeah, fancy. Now you know how to do gradients. You can do it for buttons, for div, for background. All you want to do. And over here, the text is black, right? But apparently the text should be white, I think. So we're gonna change the text to white. So over here, I'm going to change the color to white. The white that's specified. And I think the font size is also bigger. So I'm gonna try 1.8 rem to see how it looks. Does it look okay? Is it readable? Feels readable, right? So like this. Maybe yeah. I'm not gonna give it a font weight, so it's easier to read. Maybe 700. Yeah, I think that's better. So like that. So now that's pretty much it for the intro page. And right now I would, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So now there's this button.
Quick question about the button,
right?
and like the
Yeah.
gradient. So you know how you can do the and hover, and it like flips the colors. Is it possible to make the color? You would just do the same linear gradient to right, and then it give it the cyan and blue, and it would do the same thing for the font text.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Again. All right, and up to here, I am actually going to make a commit. I'm gonna git add git commit. I'm gonna say add intro page style, and I'm gonna push real quick. Make sure when you push the right origin, the right branch, like this.
But did
and
you
now, yeah, what's up?
Did you just use origin by itself instead of set upstream?
Yeah, I don't use the upstream. I always use origin. It's just a personal preference.
What is the difference between that set upstream and set origin?
So set upstream, as far as I understand, you set a, basically you're telling your computer where to upload your files to. That's what set upstream is. Now, if you don't set upstream, when you set origin, you're telling it, okay, which branch you want to upload your file to, because you might have multiple branches. That's what it means. That's basically.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and when you see this, you see from Bentao to Bentao, that is saying from my Bentao branch to my Bentao branch. This is my local, and this is GitHub. Yeah. And now, once I'm here, I'm like, looks pretty good. So I'm gonna clean up. I don't need a border. Take it out. I don't need a border. Take it out. And then I'm not styling heading main, right? So I'm just taking it out. Yeah. But I always write everything, so I don't forget. So I don't need to keep looking at my index.html file like this, kind of like this. So now, I like. Do you guys like less at all compared to CSS? Because right now we like, you see my header has 27 lines of code instead
it's so
of
much better.
400 lines of code.
It is so much better.
Yeah, but the file structure though, that's the hardest one. Like my recommendation is this. Like right now you see all these files, right? As the project grows bigger, you might want to split this up into folders. So I might have something like components. That's what you're going to do in React. So what are components? So maybe navbar is my component. So I can move my navbar in here. So now when you direct, you don't see like a list of 100 files. You're gonna see a list of folders. So oh, it's a component. It's in a component. I'll go in the component folder type of thing. But for now, I'm gonna take it out.
Well, you have to change how it's linked in the index.js.
I think VS Code does it automatically for you.
Yeah.
For the pathing.
It does automatically.
I don't know if that's an extension though. I'm not sure. So it should do it automatically. It does it automatically for me. It does it on my machine. That's what I can say. Yeah, it's either extension or built-in VS Code. I don't know.
But if you can always just double check if it changes or not.
Yeah. Double check.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Does anybody have it like this now? Good. And also for now this is the hardest part. This all right, let me tell you guys right now, this background took me 4 to 5 hours yesterday to debug. I was like, why is this not working? I don't understand.
Yeah, we're just throwing a whole bunch of things at it to try to figure out what's wrong with it.
Did you create that in Sketch.io, the background and the mockup?
This no.
There's so we got this from a resource called Front Mentor.io, and they have a whole bunch of front end challenges you could do, and this is where we got this from. And I can paste a link on here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So like
I want to thank you for using Sketch.io because that is so much better than what I was doing, which is just trying to look at the raw file, and I kept losing the window on my desktop. And this is great to put it in a tab like that. It's fantastic.
Right? Hey, let me show you this. Let me show my sketches. Look at this.
Cool.
Awesome, dude. look at this. I love this.
Wow.
This is the way that I explain
oh, and everything moves. That's cool. I could have hours of fun with that. This is cool.
I learned this from my past PM Trevor to use this.
That is great.
Anyways, yeah, if you guys want to use that, I recommend you guys. Or we can use Paint. Basically, an online Paint, basically. But anyway, so let's get back. So after this, we're done with the header. So now, before that, though, before this bar, I want to create this. I want to create the second page first. The second page. Now, for the first page, however, we didn't specify the height, right? But ideally, when I look at when the customer lands on this page, I want them to look at the first page as a whole, right? So I want to give it a height. And if I wanted to always be full screen, however the size is, do you guys remember what unit I should use? Does anyone may have any idea?
Is it view height?
Yes, VH. There you go. Good job. So now all I need to do is go into my HTML. Where's my first page? Let me see. My first page contains nav and header. So my first page is my container body, right? So I'm actually gonna change it. I'm gonna change it now. Container intro. There you go. And now I need to go into where I set my body, which is general. Change it to intro. There we go. So now my intro, I have width 80%, right? But I'm going to set my height as 100% of the viewport height. And that should do it. So whatever I do is going to be the whole viewport height. And now my second page is going to call, I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna do it right now. So my second page is my main content. So I'm gonna call it main. That's semantic HTML, main content. And in there, I have my section. And we wanted to call it feature, right? So I would do section.feature. So maybe section.container feature, like this. And in this section, container feature is this box, this big box over here. That's the whole feature page. And in there, I have a box on the top and a box on top and on the bottom type of thing. Or I can just say, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. Okay, so how do if I want to do 6 boxes, how would I do it? I would use Flexbox, right? Now I didn't do it with Flexbox yesterday, but let's see how we can do it. This feels like a 2-column layout. So maybe there is a box over here to the left and the box over here to the right. It contains the left side and it contains the right side. Or I can do the box on the top, a box on the top, bottom. It doesn't really matter however you want to do it. Like the really, really good people that are good with Flexbox, they just use 6 boxes. They're not creating extra divs. But for me, I'm sorry, I suck, so I'm gonna use extra divs. So in here, I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do a div. I'm gonna create 2 divs. So div times 2. And in their first div, I'm going to have 4 boxes. So div dot, each box is it's a feature. Hold on. Feature, each box is a feature box. How about that? The feature box. And there are 4 of them. So I'm going to be times 4. And in here, I'm going to give this div a class name called feature. So that's my box feature like this. And in each feature box, I have an image, I have a heading, and then I have a paragraph. So in here, I'm gonna do image. Oh, I forgot it again. There we go. Image feature image and source. This is access your files anywhere. So let's find it. I think it's called icon something. Icon access anywhere. There you go. Icon access anywhere. Give it an alt for accessibility. Access your computer. I don't know. Access your files. Nah, computer. I think, yeah, computer image. Computer image. And after that, we have an H2, and it's feature text, and I'm going to do another. Oh, if you can do this, if you don't, like right now I'm giving it one class name, right? If you want to give it multiple class names, you can change it just by adding another name. So feature text and then feature text heading like this. So now it has two class names. And over here is going to be access your files anywhere. So access your files anywhere, copy paste this right here. And now I have a paragraph. Forgot it again. It's going to have feature text description. I'm going to put description like this. And then it's from here all the way to everywhere. So this is very bad format. So that's right. From here all the way to everywhere. Okay, so from here to here. So I'm going to do this. So now I'm done with my first feature box. So I'm just going to copy this. There's a quick way to copy this. So I'm actually going to delete these three. The quick way to copy this is I highlight it. I press Control, Shift, and D. It creates one. So I copy everything like here on the next line. And now since my class names are pretty much all the same, so I just need to change the source. So now it's this, images. The second one, what's the second one? Security you can trust, it's a shield. Okay. Let's see. Security you can trust. Arrow collaboration, any file, arrow collaboration, email location, security. There you go. Alt, shield. And H2 is going to be security you can trust. So copy it and do this. And then it's going to go from two-factor to secure your files. So I go two-factor to find secure files. Right here, secure files. And then do this. Now I'm done with this. My second box. I'm gonna copy it again. This is my third box. I'm going to change my source. Images, I think it's, is it icon? Yeah. And then real time, right? Arrow, collaboration, email, location. Oh, collaboration. Okay, collaboration. And collaboration. I know this is very bad description of the image, but deal with it. Now H2, real-time collaboration. So real-time collaboration. I do this, and it's here. Now security all the way up to attachment required. So security all the way up to attachment required right here. Right here. This. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think I just did. Okay, it's okay. I'll just move this upward. Yeah. Over here, feature box. There you go. So now I'm done with this. Let me copy one more. That's my last one. Images, icon, collaboration. So last one is store any type of file. So last one is icon store any file, I guess, any type of file. So alt store files, and store any type of file is here. And then I think this is it. On shared. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're pretty much done with this part. Now let's work on this part. So we have this section, this whole section. I'm gonna go up and come here. Just make sure container feature. So the whole thing is a feature. So maybe I have another section. So in here, that's a div. Contains all the features in this div. It's going to have a class name feature as well. And this div is this thing over here on the bottom. So it's only going to have an image and a text block. So I'm going to say have an image dot feature feature intro image like this. And the source is going to be illustration stay productive. Stay productive. There we go. And in here, I'm going to have a div, and that's feature texts div. And in there, I'm going to have maybe a H2. Oh, maybe an H1 and two. Actually, a H2 and 2 paragraphs, and then a button, I think. So I would do this. And H2 is going to feature texts, and then feature texts heading like this. Oh, oh, my bad. I forgot. Dot. There we go. And there you go. And it's going to be stay productive wherever you are. Then under there, we're going to have a p tag. And it's going to have feature texts and feature texts description like this. Oh, sorry. Apparently, we're going to have 2 of them. So I'm going to wrap it around parentheses and just do ×2. It creates 2 of them. And then this is going to contain up to your file storage needs. So your file storage needs. Okay, so like here. First is this, and the second is the rest. Right here. And missing a, oh God, yeah, period. There you go. Over here, we also have the button, and that it's saying, see how Fylo works. Okay, so we're done with these. I'm gonna just do this, see how Fylo works. And button, for her, give it a class name. So I'm gonna give it a class name. It's gonna be feature button. There you go. So now I think we're done with the mockups with this, the features page. And for now, I think it's time to take a break, right? You guys want to get lunch? Who hasn't had lunch yet? Lunch break, guys? Lunch break? Yeah, lunch break. An hour?
Yeah, we could do a poll.
Do a poll?
Yeah, Let's see how long it'll take a break. Yes, what I did.
Yes.
And we're all here. All right, we're all here. Time to raise your hands. All right, time to raise your hand. Lunch break, yes? Lunch break. All right, lunch break. 30 minutes or an hour. 30 minutes. Raise your hand.
Wait, which one? Raise for which one?
30 minutes is fine.
30 minutes or an hour. Okay, so we're gonna say, how about this? All right, I'll make a poll. Fine. Poll it. Lunch break timing. So our choice is 30 minutes, 1 hour. Submit. All right, send to channel. All right, there you go. There we go.
Ben.
Yeah, dude.
1 hour. I see you 1 hour. It's like it's kind of split.
How about 45 minutes then? 45 minutes.
Yeah.
45. So people had time to chill, right? 45.
45 is
yeah,
good.
45 minutes. I'll just chill here after 30 minutes. And I had lunch, so I had breakfast. But anyway, so I'll see you guys in 45. See you guys.
Hey, we're gonna keep this out open?
Yeah, we have to keep the Zoom open.
Yeah, all right. I'll just pause the recording.
Okay. Here. Can you guys see my VS Code? Okay, good. All right, so right now we're trying to, right now we're done with the intro page basically. So now the features page, right? So all it is pretty simple. Just this. So we have 4 boxes and 2 boxes over here, and we have a box here and a box here. So let's do the HTML file. We go to our feature.less right here. So first thing, always type down, oh, sorry, before that, I want to show you guys this. So the way that I kind of set it up is like this. I have a feature section, right? That's in my main. And then my intro is in my class container intro, right? So in here, I have a class container feature. So that is my general layout. So in here, I'm going to have a container feature as well. So this control my intro page, this control my feature page, the general layout. So when I give it a border, that's the white border you see over here. However, if you look at the top, it should have some padding, right? So since I want it to be kind of consistent, so I'm using the same one. So I can just do this. So now it has the same consistent layout. But since they have the same layout, I don't need to repeat myself, right? Because this is literally the only thing that's changed. So I can just do this. Container intro and container feature are both going to have this style. This way I can just keep this out. And this is a CSS selector thing. You can select multiple CSS and keep them the same style. And now it's the same thing. So I minimize my code. Now for general usage, for now, I'm gonna slap a border on it. So it's easier to see. Like this. Like this. Okay, so now for this, I have a box on the top and the box on the bottom. So I'm going to first draw it out. So I close my general.less, I'm done with it. Go to my feature.less. So I open my feature boxes. I have 2 feature boxes. So my first feature box, I'm going to do this dot feature. In there, I have this box, and that's it. And in boxes, I have image, and I have feature text, and I also have in feature text, I'm gonna write here. Oh, sorry, right here. heading, and description. So they're all nested in there. And that's it for feature. And over here, I have feature intro image. So I'm gonna do this. It's a second feature box. So I'm actually going to see if I'm maybe give a different costing. No, it's okay. Should be okay. I'm just going to do this. Sorry, intro image and feature texts. So texts, and in here I have text heading, and then I have description, and I have a button here, button like this. And that's all the markup I have. So I don't need HTML anymore. Just gonna do this. Oh. See, yeah, that's true. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. My friend's hospital right now. That should be okay. All right. So, anyways, back to the subject. So we have this. Now our page looks like this. So now first, I'm going to try and do the top div, and that should be the fixture. So I'm just slap a border, and I will take the border out of general. Okay, so now it looks like this. So now I have a general idea of how it looks like. Now in the top div, I'm going to spaces for items out. So in the top, I'm probably going to have display flex. So flex, row, center, center, and see how that looks. Okay, so like this, center, centered. But I want 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, right? So I'm probably going to give it a flex direction. I mean, flex wrap. I'm setting to wrap. So now it wraps over. So now, and also each box, I'm going to give it a border as well. So it's easier to see. Okay, so each box. Okay, like this. And now each box is different in width, right? So I'm going to give it a width. So every box looks the same. Now I'm going to say width, maybe, I don't know, with 40% maybe, like this. Now when I scroll down this, when it's less than 40%, like this. There we go, that's good. So now I'm going to center everything in there. And before I do that, I'm gonna do this. You guys see this weird thing, like this line here? I'm going to make it by doing this align item, not align self, stretch, that should fix it. Yeah, there you go. So now double check, is it still working? Yeah, like a lot of times when I do this, I don't know if it's working. So I'm like, is it really working? All right, it's working. And then I go back. So now with like this, and I want to center it, right? To center this, I can just do this, text align, center. There you go, and that's it. The reason I don't need to do a flex box in there is because this is a text block. This is also a text block, and they are all inline blocks. They're actually not inline, they're just inline. Oh, yeah, my bad, sorry. These 2 are blocks, but this one is inline. The images, they're inlines. So I can just use a text align on them and center everything. So now that's the case. It seems like the fonts are too small, right? It seems like they're really small. So I'm going to make them bigger. I'm going to change the color. So what is this? This is H2. Okay, so in there, my text and my heading. Okay, that's my heading. So my heading, they are all going to have font size. And what's the font size? I have no idea. Font size 2 rem. Okay. Feature font size 2 rem. For now, hard coding everything. Oh, it's already 2 rem. My bad. Make it bigger. 3 rem. Yeah, I think that looks better. And if we look at the design file, it's white. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to give everything a white color first. Actually, no, only this is white. This is not white. So I'm going to say color that's white. In the description, I'm going to say color, and the color is, what is color? Links. Okay. So color is the same color as the links. So they pop out more. Okay, it looks better now. And these are still small, so I'm going to maybe give it a font size 1.8 rem instead. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this is because it's hard to tell because we don't have that design file, and I'm not good enough at eyeing yet. I probably want this and this to be the same. So let's see, this is 1.8. And this had a font size of 2 rem. Okay, so this is going to be 2 rem. 2 rem. Yeah, that seems better. Okay. Yeah, that seems better. So this is going to have 2 rem. It's easier to read. Now, line height. I want to give it a little more line height, I'd say. So maybe give it a line height. Let's see. I will go here, and then I will find line height doesn't have one specified. So I go here, I type line height, and then just test it. 1.6, 1.8, 2. How does it look? Which one looks better? I think 2 looks pretty good. Maybe 1.8, 1.7. Yeah, I think 1.7 looks good because now these two seems like they're grouped together. If it's 2, it seems like all 3 lines are separated. So I'm going to use 1.7. So now over here, I'm going to do 1.7 and give it a save. So everything is 1.7. And now it seems like these two are not lining up, right? Seems like these two are not lining up. So maybe give it a padding in the margin top on the p-text. Let's see. This one, margin 20. Oh, this one. Okay, margin bottom. What is that though? Oh, okay. I'm gonna do this because everything is aligned center horizontally, but not vertically. So I'm gonna do this. There's something called vertical align middle for texts and inlines. Let's see if that works. No, that doesn't work. Okay, let's see what's happening right here. I have an image, H2. Hey, what's up? So here.
Hey, welcome to the channel.
Hey, welcome to the channel. What was that? So I'm gonna keep you here for now, and I'll worry about it later. So I'm gonna take this out. And over here, since that one doesn't work, I'm gonna comment it out for now. And the box, I want to give it a padding of maybe 2 RAM. See how it looks? Okay, looks better. 2 RAM like this. Yeah, maybe some more. So let's see. I'll go here. My box 2 RAM here. You can just use an arrow. Change it. See how it looks. I think this looks better, right? 10 RAM. No. So seems kind of too much. Yeah, actually, I think that's okay. Okay. Yeah, that should be okay. So like this. And I think at about 1, I don't like that. About 1200, we have to change the layout. 1200 change the layout, otherwise it's just too much. So what if we just don't do anything though? What if we just I run half of it, and that way 200, 1200. Yeah, I think actually this would matter. This looks better. Yeah. Yeah, that looks better. 2 RAM. So now that's pretty much done. And now I will work on this part. So now that part I will take out the border on there. And I go to intro image, which is right here. And let's see, seems all right. So right here we have this box over here and another box over here. So I want this box to be to the right, right? So over here, I want this box to display in flex, which it already is. And instead of justify content center, I want that one, this one to be just justify, if I can spell, justify content space between, I think. Yeah, space between. So there's some space in between and it's auto calculated, or I can just do this. If I center it, then I think I need to do this. Hold on. If it's centered, let me give the text a width. It's going to be 42%. Let's test that out. Let's put the border back and see what's going on. And text, also give it a border. Intro image, I will also give you a border. Let's see. Okay, so it is in the middle, but apparently this is there. So we're trying to push it to the right, right? So we can add some margin on the left, on the right of the image. But let's see. So what do we want? I actually would do. I would do this instead. It's right here. So I go here and play around with it. Hold on. What does it look like? Thing about here, 30%. 30% should be good. And let's go back to the image. It's about here, right here. Okay, so like this when it's goes in there. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. 40% in image width should be also 40%, and height auto, so it resizes. This 40%, 40%. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Okay. So that's the that's the text box. But in here, I want that to fill the whole thing. So I will give it a width 100%. And copy it. There you go. So it expands the whole thing. And now that's pretty much it for now. So now I work on the text style itself. Over here is an H2. And it's going to be, there should be H1, but I don't want H1 there. Okay, so I'm gonna just give it a special style. So font size is going to be 4 rem. 4 rem. Font family is going to be railway. Railway. And I'm gonna move this one on top. Actually, no. Yeah, font size railway. Description font size is 2 rem. And the font family is going to be Open Sans. Like this. Yeah, it looks much better. And now I'm going to change the color. It's going to be white.
I think there's a space between Open Sans.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I bet. And here, the color, I'm going to give it, what was it again? This happens a lot. Links, okay? Links. Okay, it looks better. Yeah. And now take out the border. Okay. And now can work on the button. So the button, the same thing. I'm gonna give it border none, so no border. And then background is transparent, so I'm going to give it transparent. And color is cyan, I think. Looks like cyan. Yeah, looks good so far. And then the font size is going to be 2 rem. Maybe a little bit bigger than that because that's a call to action. So maybe 3 rem. Too big, 2.5 rem. Still too big. All right, hold on, let's see. 2.5, 2.2, 2.1. Yeah, 2.1 seems okay. I think 2.1, yeah. Like this, okay. And now I'm going to do this. Let's change this. Okay, so now I'm worried about the spacing, so I'm gonna check the spacing. Stick wherever you are. Apparently, I think this is when it's like this, but it's supposed to be 1 line here. Otherwise, it looks bad. But if we want to do that in 2 lines, I would just do this, the easiest thing. Go to HTML, find where that is, right here, and then just add a line break. So now it'll be here no matter what. And now let's look at this, the design file. Never server needs. Oh, it's actually white. Sorry. So color, I'm gonna take it out. So instead of putting white over here, because if I need to do that, I need to specify the color for this one as well, right? Instead of doing this, I'm going to take this one out and move the color on outside, so it applies to all of them. So now it saves code. And now over here, I see this button. It's not lining up with this, right? So I wanted to line up. So the way that I would do it is, oh, excuse me, over here, I would put in, let's put the border back in. So now we see it's right here. Now I'm going to give some padding. Let's see, it's going to be 0 on the top and bottom, but 2 rem on the right and 0 on the left. So instead of doing this, maybe padding 0 and then padding right 2 rem. Might be easier to read like this. So there's a little thing here. We can add that later. Okay, but for now, there's a border on the bottom, right? So I'm going to, instead of saying border none, I'm going to say border none first, and then give it a border bottom, and then 1 pixel solid cyan. See how that looks. Yeah, I think that looks better. All right. So what happens is over here, I use the padding to push the words, the letters to the left, so it lines up with this. Now I'm going to add a little bit more line height on here and here. So I'm going to go here, everything. Oh no, I'm going to the heading. I'll do line height, maybe 1.8, and description, line height, maybe 1.6. Now the order doesn't matter. It's just that if I specify line height here, I want to keep everything consistent for the next developer or for me in 3 months. Otherwise, it's gonna look weird. So keep consistent, so it's easier to read. Now it feels like, yeah, this margin and this margin should be the same, right? So this margin and this margin should be the same, but this is bigger than that. So let's see what's going on. Okay, so that's margin 33.2. And this. Okay, so I just need to add some more margin on the bottom. So that's 20, so just 13. So let's see, button, description, add a margin, bottom, 1.3 rem. Oh, let's see, it's smaller. Let's make it bigger. Oh, 30, sorry, 3.3 rem. There you go. Can't do math. And now this. So now over here, there's a picture over here. So now we can add a picture by adding this. There's something called a pseudo element. So what it is it's this thing. It's like hover effect, and then you add it after pseudo element. So it's a fake element. It does not exist in the HTML file. You can add it in the HTML file, or you can do it with your CSS. And to do that, you need to give it a content. And right now, content has nothing. And you need to give it a width. I'm just gonna give it, I don't know, 2 rem, and the height 2 rem, so it's a square, and a background, and it's an image. So I'm gonna specify background image and give it a URL. The image comes from here, and it should be arrow, right? It's this, like this, and then you have to give it a position of absolute. And for absolute position to work, I think most of you have done this in the sprint with the nav bar, right? When you're trying to do it with a sticky nav bar. To make a position absolute, sticky, or fixed, the parent container has to be set to position relative, so it knows where it is. So now we have this thing inside this button. So if I enlarge it.
Quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
What's the difference between when you put the position as fixed?
As fixed. So
Yeah.
whenever you're putting something, setting position of something, right? You can use position a property to set anything in the web page in any position. Now, if you do position fixed, position absolute, or position sticky, what it is, actually not speaking, I think it just fixed and absolute. What it is it takes it, what people say, they takes it out of the normal document flow. But in regular words, it takes whatever you set the position, in this case, absolute 2, that element, you're gonna take the element out to a second layer. Does it make sense? So you're creating layers of documents. It's like when you're piecing stuff together. So this is a base layer, and then your nav bar can be a second layer, and you want the nav bar to be on top.
Okay.
And since it's taken out of as a second layer, the base layer where the nav bar was originally now has no nav bar, right? So it just pushes everything to the top because the nav bar is not there anymore. It's like it's displayed none type of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
Yeah, but basically just creates another layer. If you use Photoshop, that's the way they kind of designed it. So over here, if you look closely, the button over here, I set it as a background, right? But do you see it? It feels like it's repeating, right? So for it not to repeat, we gotta do this. Background, repeat, no repeat. So now it won't repeat. But now you see this is my button, right? This is my button block. This is my button block. Now in here, I have the blue thing, that's my text. The green thing is my padding. However, the green thing is right now is my after pseudo element. It's a pseudo element, so it's a fake element. It does not exist. What that means is it does not exist in the HTML file. It only exists in the CSS file. So I add that in there. Now, when I do this is positioned absolutely before I set it to tell it to. If I only have position absolute, right? If I don't have this position relative, then it's not going to, it's going to its parent container. It's going to find the closest parent container and then stick to that. So if I do this, it should do this. I give it a top 0. I think I'll go back. Oh, where is it? Oh, right here to the top, right here. Because it does not know where the parent container is. So it goes, we started at the bottom, right? So let's go back to the button. Sorry, let's go back to the button. So it's this after elements lives inside the button. Now, once it's set to position absolute, and it does not find a position relative in the nearest parent, it will go up to the next parent and find it. If it's not there, it will go up to the next parent and find it all the way up. And since none of them are set to position relative, it will default to the body. And that's why it goes top here. Now, if I set a position relative to the button, then it will do this. It will bring it down to the button. And when I give it top 0, that means I want it to be 0 pixels from the top. Top of what? Top of its parent container. That is set to position relative. Does that make sense so far? It's kind of wordy. I hope I kind of, let me do this. But yeah, let me finish this and I'll draw a picture out later to explain better. So now you see this is in the middle, right? But if I set 0, it's on the top. But I want it to be in the middle. So how do I do that? I can do this. Top 50%. So it's always going to be 50% from the top. So now it's 50% from the top. However, it's, let's look at this. You see, but it seems like it's still on the bottom, right? Why does that happen? Because what it said when I say 50% from the top is saying the top left corner of this image is at 50% from the top. So since the image starts at top left corner right here, it's actually right here. And if I want the whole image to go back to the middle, I actually have to move the image up half of the image size, right? To do that, I have to do this. Transform, translate, and it's on the y-axis. So translate y, go back 50%.
I think it's starting to get laggy right now.
Oh, really? My thing? Or
yeah, when you like transferring back and forth, it's like I don't know. There's like a little delay going on.
oh, is it my voice breaking up or just?
No, your voice is good. It's just a Zoom screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do it slower. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so like this. So now it seems like it's still not in the middle. I think that's because that's too big. So that's I'm gonna change it. 1 rem. 1 rem. Okay, that's 2. 2 rem. 1.5 rem. There we go. Gotta get the size right. In the real life, they're gonna give you the actual size. So right here, we don't have the actual size. So I'm just guessing. And now there's some space, right? So I can just add some space. Maybe let me try this. Does this work? Maybe it works. No, it doesn't work. So on the button, maybe I'll give I'll give it here. I'll give it a margin left auto. I should push it. Oh, is it already? Oh yeah, it's already there. That's why. Okay, never mind. So let me add some padding. Does that work? Some paddings here. Margin left. Ah. Maybe give it an actual number and test. There we go. I guess you have to give it an actual number. Oh yeah, because it's inline. Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's what that's kind of how you fix it. So like the lesson is, if something you think is working doesn't work, try something else that you know will work. Like if margin doesn't work, I'll try padding. If padding works, I know something's wrong. And I'll just kind of hard code it to get it started. But yeah, so that's the feature page is done. So now we can take out the border. Where's the border? There's a border right here. So now I'm gonna go here, git add, git comment, add feature style, and do a git push. And voila, there we go. Now the only thing, that's actually what I wanted to do today, just these two things and 2 pages. And also one more thing, we want to add the background layer, right? If you look at the thing right here, we want to add this. Now this, we're also going to use position absolute to do this. So now to do this, I am going to go to my index.html file. So when I look at it, I'm thinking, okay, so I want the wavy thing to be on the bottom of my top page, right? Because if that's the case, then it doesn't matter how I scale my pages, it will always stick to the bottom of the second page. I mean, the top of the second page and the bottom of the first page. So with that in mind, I'm gonna do this. Going to HTML, I'm going to find where that is. So that's my main page. In there, I have my intro page. So my intro page, on the bottom of my intro page, right here, I'm going to adding an image. This is very special, so I'm just going to call it wavy, I guess. And it's going to be this background curvy desktop SVG image. So now let's give it a save and see what it is. Oh, there we go. So that's where it's laying at. But now I want to position that thing, right? So over here, I'm going to go into my general.s over here. I'm going to be here, maybe give it a border to see where it is actually. So it's right here, like this. Okay. So it seems like actually I put it inside the header container. No, I put it inside. This is header. I put it inside the intro. Okay, so intro in here. I am going to give it a position absolute, and I'm going to give its parent container, which is the intro box. Oh, over here, container intro position relative. So, and then going to give it a width of 100%. So if it's stretches to the intro page, across the intro page, so now it's like this. So now when I do this, it will scale with that, like this, like this.
Hold on. I don't know if anyone is seeing the changes. Is anyone else experiencing delays?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe. Oh, maybe try like stop screen sharing and screen share.
Yeah, let me try it. Maybe I'm moving too fast. That's why. Are you guys seeing this screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try resizing it again. Okay, now it's better.
Oh, it's better now? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Good. Well, it kind of was, and I was starting to lag again.
Okay. I'll try to move it slower. Is it better now?
Still kind of laggy.
Like you can't see the whole image.
Can you see it now? Can you see the whole curvy line?
Yeah.
Hey, try. I know it's kind of hard to see the image through Zoom. Try changing the background first, and so we can see like the image better.
The what?
The change the background color to like a lighter color, and it might be easier to see the background.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah. So to do that, I'm gonna do this in here. Background white.
Okay.
Is it better?
No, it's better, but it's still laggy. I don't know why it's so laggy, but it's better to see that background now.
Yeah. Well, you guys kind of get the point, right? Okay, good. So now I'm going to select that thing, position absolute, and I'm going to give it bottom 0, like this. So now it always sticks to the 0, to the bottom of the top page. So now you see how this line will always be here, like this. Let me know if I'm going too fast. So now you see this is still on the top of this layer, right? That's because whenever I set something to position absolute, it automatically takes it out of the flow. So it's a separate layer. That's how I look at it. So now I want to put this behind this, right? So what I do is I need to give it a z index. Right here, I will give it a z index of maybe -1. Oh, sorry, 0. So you can see it, I guess. And then for the parent, that is the header. Actually, no, that's not the parent. That's where's the parent? Container intro. I'm gonna give it a z index of 1. Give it a 1. And it should work. Let's see. Oh, never mind. Yeah, sorry. I gotta give the header 2. So the header is still under it. So I'm going to give a header position relative. So I can give it a z index 99. There we go. So now it's on top of it. And now it should work. So everything inside header will be on top of this. So now when I have that, I will go back to my code. Wavy, so give it the index of 1. And I'm going to find my header, the less, and going to give it a position relative, and going to give it a z index of 99, just so it will be on the top no matter what. So what this means is everything inside header is now has the index of 99. And now when I look at it, okay, there we go. So the only other thing is I gotta give this background, the second page background, the same color, right? Because if you look at this, it's the same color as the image. So I'm going to find that, which is that. So I go to my index.html. That should be my container feature or my main section. So I go here. If I use main, it's my general.less. I would do, okay, so main background, and it's going to be primary dark blue 2, I think. And try it. There we go. So that's pretty much it, like this. But now you see this thing kind of covers the bottom, right? The second page. So now we need to bring the second page up. So over here, position relative, the index 2. Yeah, it doesn't do that anymore. Okay, and now let's see. Oh, hold on, where do you go? Where do you go? Let's find it. Over here. Did I not? Oh, okay.
Quick question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, what's up?
So I followed along for the whole top of the page, and then I was like just messing around trying to get the bottom by myself.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get the text to line up evenly? Because I have like in the bottom, the 4, the access your files anywhere, security you can trust, those 4. Like my paragraphs aren't really even. Like the bottom one is like here, and the other one's up here next to it, and then above the other one's up here, and the other one's a little bit below it. Like, is there like a certain code that you can type in the CSS to like even out where this paragraph starts in each box?
You mean like what do you mean? Like where?
Well, maybe. Well, yours looks a little bit off now that I'm looking at it. Like, but not too much. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
you
maybe,
mean like here and here they don't line up?
Yeah. Is there a way to line those up?
Yeah. There's a way. Yeah, there's a way to line those up. Hold on. So right now, let's see. Let's fix that later.
Yeah, no rush. I'm just curious.
Yeah, because that's one of the debugging thing, and we also need to add a padding. I mean, a margin left here, I think.
All right.
Yeah, good eye though. Good call. But now that's basically it. So now this thing will always be behind the first page. So now we want this to always be on the top of this page, right? But somehow there's this, right? There's this. So what do we do with that? If we look at it, it's like this, and it's this. So we have to move that on the bottom. So let's see what I can do. This bottom 0. There we go. So like this. So it will always be on the bottom of the page. And that's it for today. That's pretty much it. And now I'm going to go to the feature page and try and fix. Okay. Try and fix that. Oh, and also this, right? If you guys can see this, I don't know if you guys can see this. for this. That's because this is too big. So I'm going to shrink this as well to this size. So probably go here and right here adding main. I think that should work. It worked, but what is this? Well, what is this? What is this? Do you guys see this?
Yeah, it looks broken.
Yeah, what is this? What is this?
It's doing the same thing it did last night.
No, this fixed it though yesterday. Let's see. Let's see. Like this. Maybe I don't do this. Maybe I just do main and then position relative. Oh, maybe like this. Yeah. Container intro, container feature. So our container feature background is this. Okay, so now it's this. I think that's just lag because it's down. It always pushes it down. It feels like it's just lagging. It's weird. That's weird. Let's see, but right now that's not right though. Let's see. Maybe if I do container main section. Okay, so main is going to be pushed down by that border top 1 pixel solid white. Okay, and then right here do the border bottom solid yellow. Okay, so now what is that? But then it moves down. Let's see. This here. Wait, what? It's not there anymore. Did I save it? Bottom 0. Oh, sorry. Not here. That's why. Okay, and it's in here. Bottom 0. Okay. Yeah, now that should work. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now let's fix this. Let's see what's happening. So I always go here, the biggest one. Let's slap a border 1 pixel solid white here, and then the boxes border 1 pixel solid yellow. Okay. Uh, 50, 50, 50, 50. 50, 50, 50, 50. It seems like 69, 99, 88, 60, 82, 98,
Yeah.
78. Okay, so that's why it's different sizes on the images. Yeah, so we need to do something about the images. So let's go to image features, the images. I'll give it a width of maybe, I'll give it 800%, height auto, see what it does. So it's so big. So now I'm going to give it a max height, maybe 300 pixels. Okay, too big. 100 pixels. Okay, good. And then max width 100 pixels. Okay. And now there's still something here. 572. This 700. Oh, okay. Oh, that is still okay. So I'm gonna do object fit cover. That should be good. 100. It's still. Okay. Oh, that's because it's too small. Let's see. If I, how about I do this? Just this. If I just do object fit cover, what is going to happen? The same thing. Maybe. Do you have any idea, Dennis?
Is that image in its own div, or is it?
It's not.
Try putting that in its own div and then make the div bigger.
Yeah, make the div bigger, right? And then make the image fill that div, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. So we go here, I think, make an image, feature image wrapper. Like this. And I'm gonna do it on all of them. So over here and over here. So do feature image wrapper. Here. One more. Feature image wrapper. This. Okay. Okay, so now we need to do something here. A box here, right? So now it's wrapping the image. Hold on. Image wrapper. This. Okay, so image wrapper with, let's just do it 40% for now. What is this?
Something is expanding it all the way across.
Yeah, it's this one, the first one. Image wrapper. Feature box is this.
The margin.
Yeah, all those margins. Hold on. Image.
Oh,
wrapper.
that div wrapper, it's not part of, it's block layout, display block. And that's why it's stretching all the way across.
All right. Wait, hold on. Container feature. I have. Wait a minute. I feel like. So let's. Time to debug. Student class. Feature. Wait, why is it H2? What the heck? Should be a div.
No, that's you put nested H2 inside of there.
Yeah. So.
But make sure that the closing one is also in div as well. The H2.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, so 2 divs. I was like, what the heck? So, okay, back to the bed layout. So now we go here. We have an H2. What? We have an. Wait, what? We have a div. What is what? Where was the H2? Okay. We have a div that's here. And then we have feature box, feature box, feature box. What? Why is it a P? What? Okay, so I have 4 feature boxes. Okay, all right. Now I have a wrapper, H2, and a P. Okay. I have a div, H2. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. I was like, what the heck is going on? All right, now I think image wrapper. So I guess to do that then, probably image box. I have to make this a flex as well, and into column, center, center. Okay, so now they're centered. And now make it bigger, right? So now width should be 100%. Like this. And I think that's it.
It's still coming off. Oh.
It is? Oh, on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom's okay, but on the top. 59, 58, 59, 58. Let's see. So image, object fit cover. Let's make it bigger. Let's see, 82, 89, 69, 88. I'm just gonna give it a sim height for the wrapper. I think that's the easiest way. So width and height, I will give it maybe 20%.
Oh. Looks like that's much better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Feature wrapper 59, 59, 63, 63. Okay. Yeah. So these two are the same. These two are the same. Okay. There we go. It feels like a hack though.
It does.
Yeah. And over here, it's not. Yeah. Over here.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Let's see. There should be a better way of doing this. Hey guys, welcome debugging lesson. Let me edit it real quick. Add background, wavy lines. Nice. Anybody see anything? Anybody have any idea?
Can you put borders around those divs, the discontinuous images?
Yeah. Border.
Because it has, I think it's the SVG scaling issue.
SVG scaling issue. Oh yeah, like up and down. What the heck is this going up and down? So whatever say contain, I think contain might work. So it should never go. What the heck? It should never go outside of the div.
I've never even heard of an SVG type of file.
Oh, SVG is basically vector graphics for images. So you can scale it up and down without losing resolution.
Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Let's see. If I change this. All right, time to test stuff. Cover fill, initial fill, no. Let's see, with 100%. So the top is this, the bottom is this. There's a way to resize it, I kind of forgot. Let's see. with 100% height, auto. Ooh, okay, so it fits in there. And then the wrapper, the wrapper, just this.
It is that is in a container that's a display flex, right? And it's centered along a line, something along.
Yeah, this one is displaying flex. The boxes are displaying.
Okay, I think that's one of the issues, that the scaling issue of the SVGs is causing to see like this div expanding way beyond, and I think it's because of the display center, not the display, but the display flex and the center along the the vertical axis. If that makes sense.
Vertical. Yeah, like you're saying that this is bigger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's see. I don't want to put a fixed width on the wrapper because that's because of the height, right? So if I do, wait, who's talking?
It's
Are you guys hearing that?
Yeah, I got it.
Or am I hearing?
No, it's good. I got it.
Let's see. Image wrapper. So I want the image wrapper to be the same size. So let's just give it the same size for now. So width, overwrite stuff. Width is going to be 100%, and height is going to be. Hold on. Flex grow. No, flex 1. Over here, flex 1. Oh, flex 1. There we go. So everything grows. And then image. What do you have? It should grow. It has room. It's not growing.
I think the flex grow depends on which axis it's the flex box is on. Is it on the horizontal axis or on the vertical? The flex direction, is it column or row?
It's both, I think.
It's flex direction is column. Okay.
Yeah. So here, so feature image, all the wrapper now grow, but not these two. What? Do they have different? No, they don't. Box, image. Hold on, let me see. How to resize responsive images. Responsive design, start to make the browser window narrow and watch the bottom image scale and top one remain the same size. The bottom one is scaled to 100% of the parent. What? How to fix? Relative with 100% fixed with this relative. All right, is it trying to do this? Okay, so like this. Start to make the browser window narrow and watch all the. So the big process to optimize is give it a max width. But it doesn't. Let's try this. Max width. It's not the width that I'm concerning about, it's the height. So max height. 50px.
And then we could be hours of trying to debug this.
Yep, guys. Incoming 4 hours of debugging. That's what happened with this yesterday. Let's see. What will we do?
We'd probably come back at this next week and finish it and then add other stuff to it.
Yeah, that's probably better, huh?
Yeah. That way we could actually review the, see what's going on and like, oh, we know what's wrong next week.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that's kind of pretty much it for today, guys. So let's put this here. Where's that one on? That is on here. Features, intro image. So margin right. Trim. Go. Forum. Yeah, I think that's better. Maybe like that. Reset. Yeah, maybe for 8 RAM. Okay. There we go. Yeah, guys, we'll try to figure this out. When we do, we'll let you know. But yeah, so lastly, don't forget to git add commits. Introduced new feature bug that is yet to be fixed. Git push. There you go. And now go to your GitHub. Oh, here. And go to your repo. Right here. And then find your thing. And then make a pull request. You're going to change the base to your master. It should be your master already. And this should be your development branch, your name. And then just create a pull request. And you can merge yourself. Merge a pull request, confirm merge. That's it. You don't need to add anybody as a reviewer. Just remember in the real Git flow, you need to add a reviewer. But before you can do that, you gotta go to settings and add somebody as a collaborator. Otherwise, they can do it. Oh, incorrect password. Yeah, so just remember that. And I think you guys should be doing this, getting the hang of it really soon. And all the CSS here, they're like, I don't want to say they're not important, but it's more JavaScript that's more important. So like, if it's okay if you can, you're like, I can draw stuff with CSS. Like the main thing that we need to learn about CSS is using layouts. So we want to get better in Flexbox when you're doing layouts. But as far as like position absolute, position relative, that stuff is okay. That comes in handy when you're trying to do like this notification settings, like this thing and this thing. You can, it's easier to do it with position absolute and position relative settings. But besides that, it's fine. The before and after pseudo elements, you don't need to worry about those. Those are just something when you're like, wait a minute, I remember something about that. And I want to do something like that. How do I do this? Just go Google it. And then you're gonna remember it better. That would be my recommendation.
How, when you did this stuff, like when you were a student, like how many, you said you used to clone websites a lot, like how many do you think you cloned a week?
How many do I clone a week? One.
Yeah, just one a week?
One, yeah. There's no time. Especially like I started cloning website on the 4th week.
On the 4th week?
Yeah, after the 4th week, the 5th week is build week. Before the project week, right now it's build week. In build week, I think build week is better because they're basically cloning a design that a UX student gives you. And so you have practice. And after that is React. And once I got into React, I did not have time to do like CSS anymore because I just tried to learn React, and it was stumping me. For people who hadn't seen it, I gotta show you. Let me show you. This is my React learning curve. Okay. Have you seen that, Dennis?
Is that you street performing?
Yeah, that's my street performing. Yeah. You see this?
Hey, magic trick.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Where's my notes and useful stuff? Where'd it go? Notes, not notes, useful stuff, assets. Visual view, is it? No, not this. It's inline. Wait, what did I put it? I don't even know. It should be in there though. Oh, here. I have one here. Oh, I'll give you guys this link. So this is my friend from cohort web18. He compiled a list with alumni tips, and there's like for some useful tips like what you should study or what you can do when you're at Lambda to help you succeed. And also there's some resources they can use, like how to practice. If you want to learn math, you want to learn machine learning, these are the lists that you can go in there, and this is a resource you can use. There's a lot. I don't use all of them. I'll give you guys the link. And if you guys have anything that you want to contribute, you can also contribute. It's like if you find some cool extensions, you can just go here. And let me find, I think my tips. This is the one that I have. Oh yeah, look, ready? React tips, right here. That's my React learning curve, dude. This is how I feel like my cohort peers are doing. This is me, dude. Freaking impossible. What the heck is this? But yeah, let me give you guys the repo link.
How much more, like, because this basically does a lot of the stuff that I've seen on like every website, really. I know that other websites have like JavaScript and stuff, but what else? What React, is that another thing that you combine with JavaScript, CSS, HTML?
Yeah. So today, what we did today is just CSS and HTML, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do next week? What we're going to do next week is we're going to add JavaScript into this page.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to make this page interactive with JavaScript.
Maybe some cool animations.
Yeah, maybe some cool animations. And for React part, React is basically trying to reuse a lot of components. What that means is right here, you see in CSS, we broke out the navbar component into a file called navbar.less, right? So anytime in the future, if I'm building a new website, I don't need to recode the navbar if the style is basically the same thing where the logo's on the left and the navbar's on the right. Does that make sense?
So do you have like a GitHub repository where you just have a navbar saved?
I don't, but I should.
Yeah. So is that like a good idea to do? Like once you get it like figured out, make like a GitHub repository with just different aspects of every website and have that be like a blank slate when you're going to make a new one?
Yeah, that would be a good idea. But it depends though, because I mean every design is different. So yeah. What I would do is I would save those designs that like this one that we made today, and kind of so I understand it. Right? In the future, if I see something similar, I can look at this one as a reference to remind myself how I did that, and then, oh, I understand it, and I can do it again. Yeah, because it's all just repetitions. We all just need repetitions and practice to keep our skills fresh. And without it, because like I honestly have not touched CSS for like a month at least.
Yeah,
yeah. When we went back in, the most CSS I did is display flex. just of a content center. Let me show you. Let me show you. Core. Yeah. So this is our first build week. This is what you guys are going to build in your build week project. You're going to build pick a project, and you guys are going to build a UI front end for this. For that certain project, there's no design files. However, there should be a UX student in your group to make the design for you. If the UX person is not there, then you have to design the UI yourself. So the layout, everything yourself. So this is kind of what you need to do. Like all this animation is all JavaScript, and we'll talk about them next week. But this is pretty much it.
So the animations are like when you hold. Is that like a hover CSS thing, or were the animations like when you scroll down and that like popped up?
You mean the sliding animations?
Yeah, like when you got to the like that, when it just like flat, like the picture just flashed in. Is that JavaScript?
Yes, JavaScript.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you can use CSS to do it, but it's easier with JavaScript.
All right.
Yeah. However, right here, this is easier with CSS, hover effects. You can do it with JavaScript, but it's easier with CSS. So just pick whichever is easier to use. That's
all right. Cool.
My thinking. And this is not me, by the way. I didn't do this. I only taught her how to do the animations, but the design is not me. Now let me show you my design. There we go. Yeah. Hold on. Do I? Oh, I think Hiroku is asleep. This is my design. This is the extent of my design. I think I need to sign up again. Oh, there you go. You see? You know this now, right? Display flex center. That's what there is to it. Like what we did today is so advanced compared to this, dude. like this. Let's see everything's centered. That's all I can do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, you guys are gonna do this. Yeah, this is way harder design. But once you're into React, I don't know. Once you're into React, you're like, I don't have time for design. I'm just gonna focus on understanding React.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember to do this. This is actually the design was done in the last day. The previous 3 days were all in React, and my design, like, there's like no design. You just literally see, like input bar right here on the top left corner, and let's see the logging top left corner, input bar right here, input bar right here, and the logging button right here, and then click here to sign up. This thing here, and then we had to because that was the first trial build week, so we had to show Ryan Hamlin. Ryan Hamlin, hey, show me what you guys got. I'm like, do I have to? Yeah. So don't worry too much if you think like CSS thing is hard for you. It's hard for everybody, unless you keep on practicing. But yeah, for this, you guys can do this. You can do this, and I hope doing what we did today will help you during your build week, because that's the idea. I wanted to get you guys to like the same kind of mindset, because you're basically cloning a page, right, or designing a page. And right here you can see, okay, you have this, you have a box here, you do this, you have a picture here, you do that, and a picture here, you do that, a picture here, and here, a picture here, and this is positioned absolutely in the center of the picture. And this is JavaScript component, tag component. These components are the same thing, except the name change. So that's what React is.
You should also go over font awesome.
Oh yeah, let me show you font awesome. Have these cool fonts. You can get them from a website called Font Awesome. So it's Font Awesome right here, and you just click start using free. You can pay for it, but I don't. So when you click that, can you share the link in the channel, by the way, Dennis, for me?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, thanks. So when you're in here, this is basically their CSS style sheet. You gotta copy it. I love this. One style copy. So go in there and then go to your file, your index.html. Do you guys remember how we needed to link our CSS here and the Google Fonts? We do the same thing with Font Awesome. It's a CSS style sheet basically. Right now it's in here while this line saying, hey, Chrome, I want you to load the library, all the icons here when I want to use it. So now Chrome has that ability. Now to use it, you have to follow the rules. How do they use them? You go over here, you click icons, or you can just search. For instance, if I want the Twitter icon, Twitter, which one do I want? I want this one, right? So I click this. This right here, this is icon. And now over here, you see this. Click this to copy HTML. Click it. Now you go back. Where do you want it? If I want it in my navbar, right here, I want it right here. So I just paste in here. This is the icon HTML over here, and it has its class names. So all it's doing is it's giving a bunch of class names. When it's referred to that class name, it's gonna pull that icon from the library. That's all it's doing. So over here, maybe I can add another class name. So nav link. That's it. So now when I go live here, you see this here. That's the icon, and I gotta make it bigger though. Let me see if I do this. Oh my, I can't do it over here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this somewhere else. I'll do this. Let me move it over outside and see. It should be better. And now if I do this, and I still can do it.
Oh, I see the Twitter bird all the way at the top. It's black though.
Yeah, it's black. I'm trying to make it easier to see. Okay. Let me see. I kind of forgot inline style because I don't use it. So style is equal to.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Right. I kind of forgot. Does anybody remember how to use inline?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Inline style. How to HTML. Okay. HTML. Yeah, that's like this is the life of a Lambda student. You're do this all the time. Oh, just do this. Okay, gotta add this. So I will add color white and width 500 500 px 500 px. Too many tabs. Too many tabs. Oh, there you go. You see now. It's not lit.
It didn't grow 500 px.
Yeah, but I don't think it works. I gotta do this. I think maybe style with 500 px. I think my syntax is wrong.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I need to do this for multiples.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. You're not gonna use it anyway, so nobody uses inline styles. But you guys get the point. So that's how you include Font Awesome. So you just include the link right here. It's called a CDN. A link to their CDN, and then you can use their fonts like this by including the thing. So it's really easy. Font Awesome. You just go to their website and find the font that you want. Click this. Double click, triple click it. Make sure you got it, and then just paste it. So pretty useful ones are Facebook right here, and you can also, if you log in, find user. All the users are here, and also password like this, the key, the lock, and also Instagram. You're gonna use them. You're gonna use this one when you're doing your React portion. Yeah, so this is how you can use it. And also there's another one called Ico Moon. I like this one a lot. This one is the same thing. This one right here. You have all this to this one. You can download all of them, but this one, you're going to download all the thing on your server, on your computer. and then you're going to use it in your computer, in your style sheet. But I do believe they do have a link as well, though. I just don't use it. Do they have a link? Buy now? No, I don't want to buy now. Icon packs, plans, FAQs, license when I show up. They should have one, but I know I can't find it right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. If I find it, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. That was pretty good. Very informative.
Hey, thanks for coming, guys. Yeah, if you guys find something cool or something, just share. Because today is more like, I feel like it's more, it felt so official. Like usually I want this to be a casual thing. We just talk. Yeah, you don't need to like mute yourself. If you see like I'm doing dumb stuff, like, hey Ben, you're doing dumb stuff, don't do that. I don't care. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you
Definitely.
very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem. Yeah.